Hey guys, welcome to this review video. I've decided to do a little review on this beauty of a tank, the German Tier 7 Premium Heavy Tank, the VK4503. I picked this up quite a while ago. I didn't get it initially in the first sale of the tank, and I did regret it afterwards. So when it went on sale again, I actually purchased it for myself. And so far I played slightly over 50 battles in it, and I managed to get 2 ace tankers, so I thought it was time for a little review video. So I've got 2 replays for you, but first we'll quickly pop over to Tanks GG to just look at the stats of the tank as a base. And then I'll show you the stats. Well, we can go over the stats of the tank in my configuration now, actually, while we're in the garage, which probably is easier. So as you can see, I've got the crew of the VK4502A in this tank because I'm basically grinding them up. But I have Brothers in Arms on all the crew members, but I haven't actually unlocked the full second skill yet. I'm nearly there. But I have got the snapshot ability on the gunner, which helps with the dispersion of the turret movement and repairs on 2 other guys, as well as situational awareness on the radio operator, which is actually, it pays off quite well in this tank, because as you can see I've got 450 plus view range, so I'm actually at the view range cap with this tank, which at tier 7 is actually really handy, especially since this is more of a sniper tank. Equipment wise, I went with a rammer, fans and coated optics. This tank cannot mount vertical stabilizers, but the gun stats basically feel like you've got a vertical stabilizer, so you actually basically have an extra equipment slot, which is why I chose to go with fans to further increase the DPM. As you can see, I'm on a damage per minute of almost 2100, which is actually not too bad. Additionally, yeah, the view range, signal range is not that important. So yeah, we'll pop over to Tanks GG to compare it to the other tanks, and then I'll show you the replays. So first let's start off by looking at the stats I managed to get in this tank so far. As you can see, I managed to, over 53 battles, I managed to get a win ratio of nearly 80%, and might I remind you, this is all pretty much solo play, maybe 5 platoon matches. Managed to get 2600 average WN8 with 1450 damage, so to speak, average XP of 1072. And if you compare this, funnily enough, to the Tiger P, which I also remind you I played probably 3 years ago. My performance in it is definitely better than the Tiger P. Personally though, I didn't really hate the Tiger P. Lots of people hate it, but I actually quite enjoyed it. But then again, the Tiger at the time had pretty much the same DPM, so it didn't really have an advantage, and this actually had quite effective armor if you know how to use it. But as you can see, yeah, damage, it's pretty equal. Other tier 7 tanks, at least the German heavies, Panther as well, also tier 7, quite a lot less damage, but I mean that has the long 7.5, so it's slightly different. But yeah, that's the sort of where it stacks up in my list at the moment after the amount of battles I did. Let's compare it to its competitors. As I said, the Tiger did get a DPM buff, so as you can see, the Tiger jump. These are all stock values, by the way. So as you can see, compared to all the other tier 7 tanks, the DPM is actually very comparative, especially to the Tiger P, the MLE 45 and the T29. The Black Prince gets slightly more, obviously, because it's a slower, arguably heavier armor tank, although the Black Prince armor is quite shit. And the Tiger gets quite a lot of DPM increase, but then again, that's the only thing the Tiger has. Armor-wise, the VK is really close to the Tiger. Both have got 100 millimeters of armor, but the advantage for the VK is that it's sloped. So you effectively have more armor, and it's easier to side scrape and bounce in it. As you can see, gun stats wise though, the VK is quite a lot better. I mean, not so much compared to the Tiger, but definitely to the Tiger P and the T29 especially. I mean, the aim time is 2.11 seconds, but the dispersion values, especially on turret, turning and stuff are really good. So that's why I said it feels like you've got vertical stabilizers on this tank, because it really does react like it. It's really smooth with aiming. It's really good for snapshots, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's actually that is one of the things which is the reasons why I really just enjoy playing this tank, because the gun handling is pretty amazing. You've got the same 88 obviously as the Tiger and Tiger P. All the stats pretty much are the same. Same penetration and all that kind of stuff, but you've got 8 degrees of gun depression, and that's all around the tank, so not just towards the front, which is also really good. Compared to the others, I mean, the Germans don't get much gun depression, or at least get less. Obviously, the MLE T29 get the best gun depression, so you've got similar gun depression as the Black Prince, but arguably you're a lot more usable than the Black Prince in most engagements. Speed-wise, also not really an issue. It's got the same engine as the Tiger, but slightly worse power to weight, as you can see, because the tank is just heavier. But it's got really good ground resistance values compared to all the other tanks. I mean, if you look at this, almost 1 point less than the rest, basically. So even though you've got slightly less power to weight, you don't actually notice it, because it behaves really well when driving. And the only downside is basically because of the power to weight, your acceleration is slightly slower than the rest, I think. But I mean, the mobility, I really didn't have a problem with it. I mean, it's a tier 7 heavy tank. I didn't put the ISs in this comparison, by the way, because they've got the derp gun and they go quite relatively fast, because, you know, Russian heavy tank, which perform like mediums basically. So I compared it to its actual similar contemporaries. All in all, I mean, tank reverse, it's actually quite nice. I don't really see it as a drawback at all, the mobility. Hull armor, as I said, 100, turret armor as well. I mean, the turret is relatively flat, as you can see in the garage, so most shots that hit your turret will penetrate, but the one on the hull you can actually bounce, because it's angled so nicely, and 80mm armor on the side means that you can actually do really effective side scraping as well in this tank. Health wise, you're quite good, 1400, slightly under the Black Prince, under the Tiger and the Tiger P, but I mean, it's basically tier 8 medium tank HP, which, might I remind you, this VK4503 tank a couple of patches ago actually got a credit boost increase, and that actually means that this tier 7 heavy earns as much credits as a tier 8 premium tank. So that's one of the major advantages to this tank as well, because it's basically a preferential tier 8 medium tank, more or less. It hasn't got the speed, but it has got the credit earning potential. It has got the DPM for it as well. Definitely the gun handling. So that's a major advantage over all the other tier 7 premiums. Basically, you just earn so much more credits. Other than that, I mean, not too interesting. 380 view range, as I said. Stock with my configuration over 450, so that's also really good. You can spot your own targets, meaning that you get more credits, more XP, because you actually spot for your own damage. And here we have the tank loadout with basically the crew skills that I want to get. So as you can see, I have snapshot situational awareness. I also put in safe stowage, which is pretty much compulsory. Smooth ride on the driver, because that just makes the dispersion on the move nicer, as you can see, slightly better. Actually, I did check, and off-road driving, as you can see, actually makes quite a big impact as well on the ground resistance value. So that's definitely a skill that you probably want to get on this tank. The other one is obviously the commander's recon skill, but if you keep a look on that number, it doesn't. Well, it does make some difference, but not that much. So yeah, you might want to get that, you might not. I probably will, because after the Sixth Sense, there's not much use. I mean, I could probably get repairs on the commander as well and then recon. Camouflage, yeah, don't really want to get that on this kind of heavy. It's not too useful. You're much better off getting one of the other skills here. So as you can see, I mean, really nice overall stats for the tank. Yeah, I mean, 3D model wise, yeah, armor might look really nice, but yeah, if you look at it compared to its own gun, you can get some really nice side scraping angles. Obviously, in this tank, if you angle it sort of like this, so slightly aim to the right, and then just poke it down, people will automatically bounce off your entire side. And then when they've shot you, poke out, you shoot them in the face, and you retreat back, basically. And also, as you could see, gun constraints. It's got 8 degrees gun depression everywhere. So basically, yeah, not really an issue. So yeah, let's go back to the game and let's watch some of the replays. Welcome to the first match in this review. As you can see, I requested a lighter spot in the middle, and I've liked this tank so much that I put Clan Wars camouflage on it. You can see the mobility acceleration is not actually too bad compared to all the other tier 7 tanks. I can't keep up with mediums in a straight line, but acceleration wise I can. As you can see, none of the lights actually went to the middle, so I'm going to do something pretty brazen and arguably pretty stupid. But I did look at the matchmaking, and there's not really many tanks that can damage me or hurt me too much. I mean, you've got the KV-2, which might be able to hurt me with the derp if he hits me, but yeah, I'm not really that worried about him. But here we can see the nice spotting range of my tank. I spot these two guys. My aim is a bit fucked up at the start of this match. I do get all the spotting damage, so yeah, as you can see, view range, it really pays off to actually train crew skills in view range in this tank, because yeah, I'm basically doing the job of the light tank. Didn't spot that medium. Do spot the Tiger, put a really nice shot into him, and so far we don't really spot anything else in town. That KV-2 is still moving up, so if he keeps doing that, I'll just put a shot into him. As you can see, we've got one Tiger in the valley. Some medium tanks over there. The Tiger is still there, but I will never get a shot on that Tiger from here. So pretty soon I'll decide to actually start doing something. I am seeing if I spot something else here. As I said earlier, I don't have 6th sense on this tank yet, so I've got no clue if I'm spotted until they actually start hitting me. But since that hasn't happened, and I now see the 87, which was really the only worry for me as well, because that thing has got quite good armor, but he's over there, so he's not a threat at all. So I decide to actually move up. Spot this KV-1. Dead spot. I think I spotted the Chaffee. I don't know if he actually spotted me. Probably he did, but I'm not being fired upon, so I am making full use of this situation. Track the KV-1. With guns like this, it's so easy to track opponents. Tiger is aiming for me, I'm just sitting here, and I will take a shot, which for some reason bounces off me. As you can see, I bounced the IKV as well. So this armor definitely can bounce. The thing is with, I don't bounce the SU-100 M1, but yeah, like I was saying, the thing with this tank is, if you use it properly, that is to say, if you use it at range, where your gun actually is so much better than the enemy's, it also means that the enemy has a pretty big penetration drop-off, which means that this armor can actually bounce stuff. This Artie tried to hit me, and now he's going for the suicide drown, so we need to take care of him before he does, because that's just lame. Someone else kills him. Shoot that guy first, he was aiming in my direction, and now the IKV I spotted last over there, so let's try. Guy was still there. So as you can see, like this, we've basically disabled and spot disabled the whole of the enemy team. This Chaffee is over here, that OI is getting basically killed by other tanks, so I'm just going to YOLO down onto this guy, ram him, kill him, and then we're stuck here, but that doesn't matter because it's the end of the match. So yeah, let's look at the post-game results. So here are the results of the first match. Obviously ace tanker, but also in a high caliber. As you can see, we did 2,953 damage for a combined total of 1,269 base XP. Also got some nice ribbons to go with it. So basically, yeah, did a lot of damage compared to the enemy and to our team as well. 87 did do some damage. I mean, that gun on that thing is really nice, but the rest of the whole platform is basically really crap. He didn't get a hero medal, so unfortunately no double XP for him. But yeah, 2.9k damage of my own, but also 1100 spotting damage. And here you can see the credit earning potential. For this sort of okay match, managed to get nearly 100k credits. And since I didn't fire any premium ammo, 91k credits profit, 92k credits profit actually. As well with some nice XP, bonus XP for the premium vehicle. But yeah, for like a 3.5 4-minute match, that was actually not too shabby. I mean, my positioning was really risky, but I felt that in this matchmaking with the distribution of the enemy tanks, it would actually pay off to do that. I wouldn't recommend taking a heavy tank into the middle of that map unless you absolutely know for certain that you can actually stay alive, but I mean, for me it paid off. It was my first ace tanker match in this tank, so let's go take a look at the second one. So welcome to the second match of this replay. As you can see, we're on Erlenberg, and this is actually an assault match, so we're defending, so no need to actually push it all the way up to their base. But I look at the team list basically, and we can see the enemy team has actually got quite some heavies with armor. That means that they're the better brawlers in this situation. I do not want to do that. While this armor is effective at long range, at close range the 100mm, especially against those guns the enemy team has with like 175mm of penetration, I will not bounce a shot. So I'm actually going for the long range engagement option on this map, which is actually this flank. I can see that the Ice 2 is also coming here, which might not be the best thing, but if the whole team stays on this side, it's actually better for us, because the base is on our side of the river, so if you go across, you basically put yourself at a disadvantage at the start. We see this light tank. I auto-aimed, shouldn't really have done that at this kind of close range. It's better to manually aim, because with fast enemy tanks you tend to miss these shots. He actually goes into hiding there. I'm just seeing if I can get some shots off on things, and if I can use my spotting range, view range to spot some stuff. I see this SU. Don't have a shot initially, pull back, but then I see that he actually does move up, and as you can see, really nice gun handling, especially for snapshots. The aim time compared with, or in combination with the dispersion values on the move, but also turret rotation, is just beautiful to aim these kind of shots. I can rotate my turret full speed, and as you can see, there's not much aim time to this gun at all. So put another shot into this guy. I am pulling back between shots because I don't want to get shot in the face. Tried to snap a shot off, but we all know the Russian gun mantlets, that was never going to pan, but maybe I would have feathered that shot into the side. Enemy Black Prince is moving up, but getting absolutely hammered. I'm looking at this 12T, he doesn't actually show up, so I decide to snap shot into this guy, auto aim, and snap a shot in, and pull back. Long range snapshots with this gun, auto aim snapshots, all that kind of stuff, not a problem. This gun feels like it's got vertical stabilizers. There's no need to, apart from auto aim and the shell velocity. I shouldn't really stop auto aiming, so I stop auto aiming. Snap a shot, and we receive a shot by the Bishop, unfavorably angled. That actually I think hit our front plate. Yeah, they are on the right. As you can see, it did actually pan. This guy, first we auto aim to basically keep the gun on him, but then we manually aim the maximum distance shot in between the buildings. Beautiful shot. Instantly kill him. I moved back. I wanted to put a shot on that RT. Didn't manage it. KV2 is camping there. He was shooting at me, I think. I managed to put a really nice shot into him, track him. I'm just taking my time here. Put a really nice shot in, and that's the only disadvantage to this tank, is direct hit from Artie, nearly 700 damage. He probably, I don't know, hit me on the side of the turret, side of the hull or something. Yeah, quite a lot of damage. He basically shaved off half my health. But hey, we will make him pay. Well, we not personally, but the team will make him pay for that later on. He actually played quite well for his Artie, but yeah, Artie is quite powerful against this tank, because it's while it is pretty heavily armored for side scraping and that kind of stuff, straight up the armor is not actually that thick. Tiger in the middle here. Again, long range shots. We had to aim slightly longer because we basically had to go from full aim, full speed to pretty precise aiming, but still managed to hit that guy. See if we can get a shot in. We can see the enemy team pushing our base, but I'm just remaining here. Spot the T-50. Shot into the side of the T-50. He actually stops there. I don't know why, so I'm just seeing if I can get a shot on. He's side scraping. Unfortunately, I hit his track. Don't actually do damage. I was hoping that maybe someone else would splash him, but that's not really happening at the moment. We're up to 3 kills though, 2.3k damage and some spotting. And we see the enemy start to cap now. So one shot to see if I could hit that T-50, but obviously he's the one in the cap. So it's time to start moving up, because basically our whole team is in the back pretty much. So, and while I'm not the fastest tank, I can actually do quite a consistent speed, especially with these ground resistance values on hard terrain. So I move up. As you can see, I load the premium ammo. Regular ammo has 203 penetration, premium ammo 237. So it's not that much more, but it's enough to actually contest pretty much everything you meet, especially with this gun handling. It's pretty easy to actually hit weak spots. 11 seconds on the cap. Snap a shot into the ground. That was actually really stupid. Should have manually aimed, but luckily someone hits the T-50. That could have actually lost us the match there. That was pretty bad play by me, but still got premium ammo loaded. I'm not taking any chances with this this Japanese heavily armored tank. I mean, the side of the turret is not that well armored, but still not taking any chances. Just want to get some extra damage. Decap points. I actually got, I think, 66 decap points. Can get the killing shots as well. And now we're just hiding from Artie. Don't want to go too far back. I mean, we know the Artie is in the corner because our team basically checked everything else. And there they are. So yeah, time to move up. I will, however, definitely not reach the Artie before they are killed or before they drown themselves. I am letting my team know in the chat though that if they drown themselves that they should be reported, but these Artie players were actually not total scumbags. They actually didn't drown themselves, so yeah, 12T can pick these guys up, I think. So yeah, all in all, really nice second match. So yeah, let's look at the results and do a bit of post commentary. So here we have the results of the second match. Again, Ace Tanker and the High Caliber again. I managed to get 5k XP, but that was a triple. But you can see 89,000 credits again. So yeah, really nice profit. Managed to do 3.2k damage for a combined total XP of 1244. Some ribbons and stuff. The 12T was actually quite useful as well. But yeah, 89k profit. I did shoot some premium ammo on that Oni, so I only made 70k. Well, only it's a really good profit for a tier 7 premium tank. And I did some spotting damage as well, but not much. I mean, as you can see, quite a lot of sniping. 17 shots, 15 hits. So, or well, 17 hits, 15 penetration. So that's really nice. We did miss some shots on that light tank, but all the other shots that were aimed at basically any range, all of them hit. The close range auto aims actually missed. So yeah, all in all, a really nice match again. So here we are at the closing thoughts of the video. The big question obviously would be, is this tank worth the money? When it went on, or if it goes on sale, I think it cost somewhere in the region of 32 euros, 35 euros, something, which is basically in between tier 7 premium and tier 8 premium, and for that price, if you like German heavy tanks, it's definitely worth picking up. I picked this up before the pre-buff Löwe, and back then I could definitely say this tank was a lot better than the Löwe. Now with the Löwe buffed, it's pretty similar, but the big difference for me is I actually enjoy playing this tank compared to the Löwe. I played my Löwe for 850 battles now, I think, and I don't really enjoy that tank anymore. Even though it's buffed, it's still power creep to hell basically, and this tank is still for me a lot of fun to play, especially due to the really nice gun handling, the credit earning potential as well, especially for a tier 7 heavy. I mean, the IS-2 premium does not make as much credits as this tank for sure, and the IS-2 premium does not have this absolute godlike gun handling that this tank has, or the penetration to actually damage a lot of tanks it meets without using premium ammo. This tank does not have preferential matchmaking as a tier 7, but it does earn credits like a tier 8, and in that respect it does have preferential matchmaking for a tier 8 tank, because it only sees tier 9s, it never sees tier 10. So yeah, I mean, if you're one of those people that like the Tiger P, for instance, then I could definitely recommend for you to pick up this tank. It's probably more enjoyable than either of those two, because well, the Tiger is slightly more DPM, but then again the Tiger is also a massive target and pretty much never bounces anything, while this tank actually can, and the gun handling on this gun is so much better than on the Tiger as well. So yeah, if you're looking for a tier 7 German heavy premium tank, or any tier German heavy premium tank, I could definitely recommend this tank. I'm having a lot of fun playing it, and while the stats, I mean, all tier 7 heavy tanks are not the greatest in the matches they get put in, just because there's such a massive gap between the tier 7 and the tier 8 heavy tanks that you definitely notice a difference. But compared to the other tier 7 heavy tanks, this tank is really enjoyable. You don't need much premium ammo because the gun is so good, so it will consistently make you good credits. Handling wise, as you could see, it's quite good as well. I mean, but most of all, just the gun handling. If you like really nice gun handling, tier 9 medium tank type of gun handling on a tier 7 heavy, just get this thing. I think it looks really sexy as well. It is one of the premiums that I actually I'm really glad that I bought this tank. I mean, some premiums that I have, I'm really not that glad that I bought them afterwards. But this, didn't regret one single match buying this tank, even though it was slightly more expensive. They're pretty rare on the battlefield as well still. They might actually get put in the in-game store in one of the next patches. I think I saw a screenshot for that somewhere. I hope not. But then again, wargaming and money grubbing. So they probably might put it in the premium store. But yeah, if you get a chance to pick up this tank, definitely I would recommend it. It's a very enjoyable tank to play. So if you liked the video, feel free to rate it, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys in the next review.